Hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing just as good as I'm doing today. I'm just going to get into it. I just had a literal 5-hour homie talk. And it is such a cool experience to be able to like sit down and hang out with a person that's just some random guy that you met one day and you just became friends, and now I'm working out in his garage and we can just go off about anything for what feels like an endless amount of time. So I got a lot to say, and so we're just going to see where it goes, because I got no plan. Just hit the button, we're just going to talk about it. The clean and jerks felt very nice. I used kg plates today, which is scary for someone who's used to using pound plates at any commercial American gym. It's way different, feels a lot denser. So it just takes a minute to get used to, but I still think that like the efforts I've been putting into my technique recently has really transferred over, because even though it felt a little heavier and it was a little like tough to get used to, it was really good to be able to like have that full like vertical pull, get that good whip underneath it, and then have a solid split jerk. And I'll tell you what, man, hearing the wood like slap back against my shoe when I do these lifts is such a nice mental cue. Like I genuinely miss it, and it's something I'm really excited for when I move to Alabama. I'll finally get to lift on wood again, and it is so endearing to hear that. It just boosts you up. It gives you that good hype. Front squats felt great. Again, like everything today felt a little heavy, but it was still a lot of fun. And 315 for 4x4 is pretty goddamn impressive, if I do say so myself. I was pretty happy with the speed of which it moved and how confident I was. And then clean pulls, I was tired. And to be honest, I think I've had a migraine for the past like 8 hours. But I think it's more my own fault for not doing enough earlier in the day. I kind of just sat around and lazed a bit because I didn't have much going on, so I thought I'd take a lazy day. But sometimes you stare at a wall too long, the brain rot will get you. But anyway, like physically, I'll give it a very solid 9.2. It felt really good. I was confident in everything I was doing. It kind of felt like that thing where, like, if you've seen weightlifters put like trash bags over the weights so they can't see them. I didn't actually know what the plates like exactly meant compared to like pounds. Like I knew I was lifting the weight that I was supposed to because of my homie showing me the ways and loading the weights for me. But it feels like I have no idea what I'm actually lifting and putting over my head. It feels like something completely new. So it was just kind of blind faith and just full committing to throwing the lift over my head as positively and technique-wise good as I can. And it felt great. You know, it was a lot of fun to test out some new equipment, because it's always good to get more experience in the sport. Mentally, dude, it's so hard to evaluate this, because I feel like for me it's how inspired I am, you know, how passionate I am just about not even just the weights, but just what I'm doing in life, you know, what I'm like, my present day, like what I'm doing. And I'm gonna give it this, you know, who knows what this means, but I think I'm gonna give it a 9.95. I think this is the best I have felt mentally ever. Not to say that this is the best day ever, but more so, this is the most passionate, inspired, and confident I've been about what I want to do with my individual life and how I want to live it. Because just hanging out with these homies that I hung out with tonight, my guy and his girlfriend, and just being able to really just sit back, no limitations, just talk about what you want to talk about, and just it's more so just the raw, unobligatory, just straight up positivity and uplifting feelings I get from this grade of friends. you know? It honestly, it's one of the things that make me the most sad about the move, because obviously I won't get to see them every day like I would now. But I still gotta look at it from the different perspective of, I'm just so grateful that I got to have the experience of having these kinds of conversations with them, no matter how small of a time we get to do it. You know, the fact that we even are given the chance to do something like this is so great. But something that really stuck with me through all the chatting we did today, because like I got over there for the workout at like 4:30, and I am driving home and it is 11:30 p.m. It was so funny. Like the girl, Kat, brought tea out, and she was just like, y'all keep going, y'all need this, just don't stop, like just go till as long as you want. And I was like, damn, you know, it's not often somebody coaxes you into like just spewing as much as you like physically and mentally can. You know, it's so good to express any positive or negative feelings that you have, no matter how fine you feel today, because man, that shit, it lifts you up even more than you were before you did it. You know, there's no, like, why hold yourself back? You know, like, why not just be able to let it all out? That's why you need these support groups and these great friends and great relationships in your daily life. You know, surrounding yourself with a positive environment that will actually uplift you to a point where you actually, like, where everything feels fine, where everything feels worth it, where everything feels just good in general. You know, I've never felt so straightforward on how I want to proceed with my life. You know, I've always been confident, I've always been positive, I've always been passionate, but this just, it takes it to a new level. You know, it's looking back on what I've been through and just really just allowing myself to give in to the blind faith that I've accumulated for myself, so that like I've gone through so many experiences, I've gone through so much stuff in life, that I'm at a point where I can blindly and just with all faith believe in myself, to the point of, regardless of what happens, no matter what happens, whether like this move is a bad idea or whether it's a good idea, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be living the happiest, best life I can with the people that I want to live it with. You know, I am so excited to be, oh Jesus. I am so excited to be with my girlfriend again every single day, because she is my rock. You know, she's the one that makes me feel the most like I'm saying right now. But something that was so fun to talk about today, there were like two things I kind of want to touch up on. So one, we talked about religion a little bit. And, you know, I'm not religious at the moment, at least. I like being open-minded to different mindsets that who knows what I'll feel in the future about. Because, you know, I might as well give it a chance to think about and talk about and discuss, rather than just be like, nah, my mindset's better, my principles are better. It's like, it's good to be open-minded. And it was so fun to, like, conversate with my Christian friends, because they were telling me how, like, they just, you know, like, there's this plan or whatever, and like, as long as you're just trying to be the best version of you and taking step by step every day and trying to enjoy the present and just believing with blind faith that you'll get there when you get there, as long as you try to do it with the best steps forward as you can, whether it comes to your like physical or mental capacities, just doing the best that you got every day. It's never going to be 100%, and you can't compare to the past. You just got to take the past with perspective and try to do the best that you can now that you have that knowledge. And it was really cool to hear stuff like that, because I believe the same things, but it's just something that I've come to find and believe in my own daily life through the things that I've gone through. You know, it's not so much that I just randomly forcibly believe that, like, oh well, life has to work out some way. You know, I just got to force myself to keep taking steps and it'll just work out sometime. It's about my effort and my mindset and my positivity that I bring to the table that will lead to me like having the best life I possibly can. And when you're able to do that, it really just feels like you don't have to try. Life just comes so easily when you just let it happen and take everything with a grain of salt and just do the best you can, just living the way you want to. So I actually, my friend was like, oh, I think it'd be cool if we go to church together at some point, just so, you don't have to believe or anything, and it's okay if it doesn't change your mind or whatever, but I think it'd be cool to, maybe look into it. I don't want to force you into that. And I was like, well, look at it from this perspective. I was like, I'll for sure go, and not just for the sake of being open-minded or for the sake of proving my own principles right, because right and wrong doesn't really matter with this type of stuff. It's just about what makes me happiest and being open to the new experiences that I'm going to go through at some point. And I told him, I was like, look at it this way, rather than you thinking that you're going to like force anything on me that you don't want to like negatively impact me. I was like, look at it this way. You are a fantastic friend that just wants to uplift me and have me live a better life. So just as I have blind faith in my own efforts and in my own mindsets and my own positivity, I got to put blind faith into the people that are willing to put that effort into me as well, So I told him, I was like, I'll go to church with you, dude. Like, I don't care. Like, at least we'll get to spend more time together. And it's only going to be a bad experience if I force it to be a bad one. You're only as negative as you make yourself out to be. So if I take it with a positive mindset and try to intake whatever knowledge or experience I gain from it in a positive way that makes me even better of a person than I am now, then that's what matters. It doesn't matter if I'm religious or not by the end of it. It just matters that I go and I try and I experience it with the best mindset that I can bring forth. That's just it. And so I told him, I was like, you're a great guy and you're positive and you want to make me a better person yourself. So why not? It's only going to be negative if I force it to be. So why not? It can be a great experience, and I'll never know unless I try. But it's so nice to look at these experiences that I can have with these homies and these great, great friends, and just know that no matter what happens, no matter how I feel, no matter what I go through, I can surround myself with the people and maintain the positive mindset that I have right now to continue making every step of my present life the best step that I can put forward. Doesn't matter if materialistically it's the best, doesn't matter if it is a higher 100% than I had yesterday. It just matters that I just do whatever I have to the best of my ability. It doesn't have to be anything crazy or groundbreaking. It just has to be good for you. I just want to finish every day feeling satisfied. That's it. Loving life, appreciating my friends, appreciating what I've built for myself, and then just living the best way I can. That's all it is. I keep saying it. I don't mean to be monotonous, but it's just how I feel. So that's all I got. I am tired as shit and need a nap because I desperately need this migraine to go away. But I really appreciate anybody who wants to stick around and hear this stuff out, because I know this is like a big positivity dump, but somebody might need to hear it. You never know. So I just like throwing it out there and letting you know how I'm feeling. So I'll be back tomorrow. I got back squat and snatches, so it will be fun no matter what. We'll make it an enjoyable experience. Maybe have some more homie time in the garage. And just let me know how your lifts and your lives have been going. I love hearing about it. So just keep yourself safe, stay positive, and just, give the actions that you put into your own daily life a little bit of blind faith. It will go a long way to confidently know that you're just trying your best, and that's okay. No matter what happens, just keep hold of yourself and your own identity and your positive environment, and just roll with whatever life's going to throw at you. So I'll be back tomorrow. I appreciate y'all hanging out. See ya.